I'm Terry Hayes. Live in Cleveland, Tennessee, in the Chattanooga area in southeast Tennessee. Been married going on 30 years. Got two wonderful daughters.
What would you say to someone who is struggling with that very issue? They want to follow God with all their hearts, and yet they don't feel like they really quite fit into Orthodox Judaism. What would you say to them?
Noah walked with God, and if someone's looking whether to convert or remain B'nai Noah, I think that's where you need to start at. Is Noah walked with God. What does that mean? Me, Terry. Terry walked with God. What does that mean? And start from there. Let that be your foundation of what you're wanting in life and where your soul is at. Um, I've confessed before Hashem. I feel like a roller coaster. There's days I'm going to remain with B'nai Noah. Then there's days that when I wake up, and to be honest with you, I can't even look at a Hebrew letter without wanting to be Jewish. Just there's something inside of me for that. But I think it just starts with what relationship you want with God in your walk. Noah gives us the basic. He walked with God. And we can walk with God through the seven mitzvahs, and we can walk with God through becoming part of the people of Israel. And personally, it's a hard thing to seek out sometimes because there's benefits both ways. You're not condemned being a B'nai Noah because you're not converting to become saved or like to become special. For me, I'll just be honest with you. It's the way I came down to looking at it. Hashem is showing up in my town, and I got tickets to get to go see. One part of the theater allows you to see him in 7 ways. Another, you get to see him in 613 ways. And I want the 613. Does that make sense?
It really does. As a Christian, I observe the Ten Commandments, and I believe that they were given for us and that they were binding upon us. Otherwise, why would we have the Ten Commandments as part of our laws in society? And so for me, when I left Christianity, I really hung on to the Old Testament, and I really hung on to the Ten Commandments, and I began to examine them closely. And that's what really got me thinking about Judaism, is that, well, there's a difference between Christianity and Judaism. I wanted to know, what does it mean to have a relationship with Hashem? And for me, wanting to discover Judaism is best expresses my love for Hashem. I'm not quite there yet. I haven't converted. There's a lot of questions I'm going through right now. But in our group, Following God Out of Christianity, we try to address the importance of walking with Hashem, just as you have stated. The most important thing is that we are following God, comma. That could be out of Christianity, it could be out of some other religion, but the focus is that we are following God and we are returning to the teaching of the Torah. And that, for me, is the start. So when we start with returning to the teaching of the Torah, what does that mean? That means that we have to give up everything that was Christian and church doctrine orientated. It's the renewing of our minds. For me, it's the real being born again experience of accepting the Torah as being binding upon our lives.
Yeah, and that's not in itself an easy process, nor is it a short process, because I said I've been out of Christianity since 2009, and still, it's like a poison. Christianity is like a poison that there's residual effects inside of you that you don't even know that's there sometimes. And I feel like one of the things that Hashem has done that he's not allowed us to make conversion yet is I'm still in the process of detoxing, my beliefs and my thought system.
I can always relate when I meet new people for the first time and their journey out of Christianity. And what you've shared here today is remarkable. I commend you for it.
I am Terry Hayes, and I'm following God out of Christianity.